Hey there, folks. Another day. I'm going to do another video because why not? Now, going through your comments over the last few days, one thing I've seen a lot of discussion about is this Glock 34. Now, if you follow the channel, see me shooting online, see me on Instagram, whatever, oftentimes if I'm shooting a Glock, it's going to be a Glock 34. Now, I have different variants. This one's pretty plain. It's pretty slick. It's just got the red dot on it and no other real modifications. Factory trigger shoe, factory everything maybe. Maybe it has a different striker spring. I don't remember. Anyway, I have some that are a little more modified. I wouldn't say I have anything really hacked up. This one has Talon grips and Apex trigger shoe. Still running the Walmart SRO. If you're curious, by the way, this thing's gone like, I don't know, 30, 35, 40,000 rounds at this point. And it's still working. It's still going strong. I don't think the zero's even shifted. Maybe once. I don't know. Anyway, people see me with Glock 34s a lot. And the question is always like, why is there a 34? Why is there a 34? Why is there a 34? Well, I mean, that's it. That's kind of a fair question. Nowadays, you're going to see like Glock 45s, which is going to be shorter slide, shorter recoil spring. Glock 47s maybe, which is like the 17 length slide, the 19 recoil spring. That's going to be more the preference. Now, why does Ben have 34s? And to be honest, it's just a legacy thing. This is a holdover from like the old school iron sight days, the competition shooting days, where when I was shooting only iron sights, the Glocks that I was getting was the Glock 34s. With the long slide variant, you just have more sight radius. So that's distance, rear sight to front sight. Now that is definitely better with iron sights. You know, that having more distance between them, you can align the gun a little more precisely, more easily. And that's what people shot with iron sights. Well, I mean, if you had a choice, typically people would prefer the 34s. Now, in the days of red dots, obviously sight radius is not a consideration, and preferences have definitely shifted for people, including my own. Like as I've gotten better at shooting, I don't necessarily want the gun to feel super soft. I want the gun to kind of return very quickly and precisely. Having the 19 length recoil spring in the 17 length slide, that feels pretty good to me. Even the Glock 45s with the 19 spring and slide, that one feels really good for me. I shot a Glock 45 a little bit today, and I'm like, yep, this feels nice. I like the recoil impulse better than the 34s. So why do I have 34s? It's just a holdover from that time. That's all. Like, that's the only reason I really have them. Now, the question you might have is, well, are you going to buy more 34s? Like, no, I don't know how many of them I have. I have a lot. I don't foresee ever buying another Glock 34. It's going to be stuff like 19s, 45s, and 47s from here on out, unless something changes. So don't take like me shooting a 34 as like me telling you that you should go buy this. This isn't what I wouldn't buy more of these. I just, the way that I work is if I'm shooting 34s and they're working well and I'm happy with them, then it's like, oh, I want to shoot a 34 with a dot on it. Then I just buy a 34 and put a dot on it. I don't tend to think about things that hard. I just do them. And these choices were made years and years ago. Would I do that again? Probably not. Probably I'd buy a shorter slide gun to put a red dot on. But I also have to say the difference is very marginal. Like the difference in the slide weight between even a 34 and a 17 is not much. I think if it has the cut on here, some have the cut, some don't. I think if it has the cut, it's the same as a 17. And perhaps this one's only slightly heavier. But anyway, don't take this as an endorsement that you should buy a 34. If you have it, like, they're not bad. Like I'm happy with it, shooting it. I don't have like a problem with it. It's just, I suppose, the Glock 45 would be like marginally better. I suppose it would feel marginally better. But again, it's really not a big difference. It's really not a big difference at all. Very happy with the 34s. If you're curious, I think this one This one's got, I think well over 100,000 rounds on it. Like well over, I think. I don't know. I can't even really remember at this point, but my 34s have been with me a long time. I shoot them a lot and I'm happy with them. Just don't take that as like, you should buy a 34. Again, these days, I think a 45 would be easier to find than a 47. Probably I'd buy a 45, but if I saw a 47, I think I'd buy that one. So that would be fine. Anyway, questions, comments about Glocks, put them down below.